everybody. There's talks. Oh, welcome back, by the way, to part 3 of today's show.
In Germany, this is sweet.
It's dry. It's very dry.
Aha. So, yeah, HBO is in talks to do a Watchmen TV show.
Zack Snyder is involved in these conversations. And with his history in the previous X-Men franchise, some people are baffled by this. We are not amongst those people. We are amongst the 7 or so people who actually enjoyed the Watchmen theatrical experience. Yeah. But there's no real concrete... I mean, they've both admitted to the talks, but there's...
Pretty much all they've said is HBO, Watchmen. And they haven't really expanded any further than that. Not is it going to be the events after the movie, or is it going to be a prequel thing, or is it going to be like about the original group from Watchmen?
I think the first season should be about the original group. The second season should be like the Vietnam era.
Yeah,
and then like third season could be more of the. What do we do now that they've made us not be superheroes anymore?
Right. Either way, it's HBO, so you know you're going to have 2 things. Tits and blood.
I enjoy both of those things. Not necessarily combined together, but, in separate doses for each. Tits, then blood, then tits, then blood, then ass, then blood.
I don't know. I think there's something to be said for blood-smeared tits, though.
Depends. Is it Conan universe?
Right. You're going to be clinging to your leg or something? While standing on top of a mound of skulls. And...
the giant sword.
Right. God, that would be cool, though. No HBO Conan show? Oh,
fuck
shit.
Yeah, dude.
That would be great. That'd be fucking awesome.
This might turn into shit we'd like to see HBO do.
Right. Oh, God, we could do an entire 20-minute episode on that shit. But, it could be good. The more I think about it, the more enthusiastic I am about it, because it is HBO's, so you know that they're not going to be afraid of any content that they come up with for the script. And being a TV show, you've got a much looser time constriction, because one of the big problems with the Watchmen movie was that Alan Moore wrote such a deep and tightly woven story for the Watchmen. You knew going into doing a 2-hour Hollywood feature that they weren't going to be able to cram in all of the stuff that he came up with, and there is a richness to that experience for everything that Moore came up with in the original comic that you'd be more likely to do in a TV series, because you've got presumably hour-long episodes and 10 to 13 of those per season, and presuming at least 4 seasons for it, you could go in depth and get all the content you really needed to. So the more I think about it, the more the possibilities are really great for this show. So now I'm, while I was at first kind of, now I'm like, no, they can do some cool shit with that. They can rock the fuck out of this show. Do this show! Do it now!
And now you've got more Watchmen stories to draw from, too, because they've also done the prequel comics, which I guess were okay. I haven't gotten a chance to read. I flipped through a couple of them, but I haven't had a chance to read them yet.
Yeah, I haven't at all.
But I love the original Watchmen.
No, absolutely. For a long time, I would crack out my Watchmen graphic novel about once a year.
I think I was like 12, 13, or 14 when my dad got it for me for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
Because he went down to the comic shop and was like, my son likes comics, what should I get him? And the guy was like, Watchmen.
Yeah. My current copy, I found years and years ago on a basement shelf in a half-price bookstore in downtown Madison. And I still have that same copy with the penciled-in price inside the cover. and I will read that book, once every year or two.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that good. I mean, it's so good they changed the rules for the Hugo Award.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh.
some worthy shit.
Yeah. Unlike the original Secret Wars, which hasn't held up against the test of time. I've been reading that recently, and that has. Ugh. The writing in that is so inconsistent and sloppy.
Yeah, but a lot of interesting stuff did come out of that.
It came out of it, but
we got Venom out of Secret Wars.
The storyline itself.
Well, the storyline itself is silly. The Beyonder steals all the superheroes from a fucking thing in Central Park and makes them, mix it up and fight each other's villains and shit in a pan-dimensional gladiator arena thing.
Just silly.
No, it was kind of a ridiculous ass idea. But we're digressing, and we do need to say that I know we've not been doing a lot for this show over the last month. We've missed several weeks. And hopefully we're going to be able to get back on track. Except next weekend, you've got a wedding reception?
Wedding, and you've got
the Christopher Titus show at the Barrymore in Madison next Saturday. So we're probably not going to do an episode next weekend unless something like really insane happens, and maybe we'll get together on Sunday.
Yeah.
And do an episode. But, for the 3 people that actually watch the show on occasion, sorry we've been fucking around. And we're going to be fucking around for another week.
Damn it, Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. Yeah, that really ends up being the big problem. We get to play in ESO and suddenly it's 11 o'clock at night.
So anyway, that's the show for today. We're excited about Watchmen possibilities.
Yeah. Well, excited about Watchmen, excited about the Pope, excited about Boehner quitting, excited that we don't have to suffer under a Scott Walker presidency. So,
we're excited.
Yay us, and we'll catch you in, 2 weeks, maybe?
Yeah.
Unless something else comes up. So,
Maybe we'll just do a short one next week.
Right on. Later.
Toodle.